What's going on, guys? This is the Gunny here. I'm going to go ahead and do a review of a new weapon that I got today. This is the Beretta PX4 Storm 40 cal semi-automatic handgun. So we're going to do a couple things here. We're going to do an unboxing of the weapon, showing you what it looks like coming from the factory. We're going to go ahead and go over the particulars of the weapon itself. Give you some insight on why I purchased this weapon, and then look at an accessory for this weapon also that I think is a must-have. So let's go ahead and get started with the first part of it. So here is, again, in all its glory, the Beretta PX4 Storm. Pretty mundane box, and again, I'm going to challenge you not to judge a box by, not to judge a book by its cover. What you see on the outside, not necessarily what you get on the inside. So let's go ahead and get this thing open here. Again, pretty simple box from Beretta. I'm not impressed at all with the box. The standard case that comes with the PX4 Storm is this blue looking case. You can see here it's kind of just kind of basic. There is no locking mechanism on the case itself. So if you need to lock the case, I definitely recommend that you go out and get yourself a better case than this. This case here, you know, although it does what it's intended to do, which is get the weapon shipped in, it's not a really, sturdy case in itself. So let's go and get this thing open and show you what we got inside. So I got the camera kind of tilted at me. I'm going to tilt the camera down a little bit, just kind of give you a better angle of what I'm looking at. So as you can see right now, what I'm looking at inside for the, and I'm moving my other perspective camera back here. So what I'm looking at inside in the Beretta PX4, we're going to go over these items that I have inside here. So I found out on another video that this is really I think a holder, just kind of a stand for the gun as we get things situated here. So I'll put that there. Comes with a mandatory gun lock. Sure, you know, along with, you know, a set of 2 keys. We'll definitely be using that. Okay. Comes with 2 magazines. It has, you know, of course, we're in the state of California, so state of California, you got 10-round magazines, and it has this little handy-dandy magazine quick loader here that seems to make it easy for you to load your rounds in. So you just kind of put it in there, push it down, and you're able to kind of pop your rounds in. So that should be pretty helpful. The other magazine coming into the weapon itself, and let's go ahead and get with some gun safety here and make sure the weapon is safe. So I'm gonna drop the magazine. The magazine is empty. All right, that's the other magazine that comes with the weapon. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get the weapon cleared. Weapon is clear. Weapon is clear. Okay. And of course we have the weapon. We're gonna talk about this gun in some detail here as we move along. It comes with 2 hand guards, adjustable hand guards that you can put onto the weapon. The bigger one for those guys with the meaty hands. The smaller one for those guys with smaller hands want a smaller grip. Okay. Piece of trash here. We're gonna move the weapon to the side. Under the foam, you also have a cleaning rod with 2 different types of bore brushes. It comes in handy. I already have a cleaning kit, but it's never too important to have more cleaning gear. Of course, you come with your Beretta safety manual, your standard manual, in multi languages, of course, Italian being one of them. Okay. And then it comes with a warranty, the Beretta warranty here. So let's go over this weapon, and that's pretty much it that's in the case here with the Beretta. So let's go over, and this is what I found that the case is really good for, this right here. And this is actually pretty, I mean the cup here, and this is actually pretty remarkable too. So we're going to cover some particulars about this weapon, why I chose Beretta, and what's so special about the PX4 Storm variant of the weapon. Again, this is in the 40 cal version. For me, the primary reason is that I'm thoroughly familiar with Beretta, serving in the Marine Corps, for 20 plus years. The service pistol that we ended up, shooting was the Beretta 92 FS, the M9. and the M9. So for me, the Beretta was always a comfortable weapon to fire. But that was in a 9mm variant. I fired a 40 cal before. I fired a 6-hour 40 cal. I fired a Smith & Wesson 40 cal, and never really got used to the snap, that quick snap that the 40 caliber round produces in the 40 caliber variant of a weapon. Until this weapon here, the Beretta PX4 Storm 40 cal does not have that snap, and we'll cover why it doesn't have that snap in a second. But we're going to go over some particulars with this weapon before we get into going into detail about different configurations that they have. So the PX4 Storm, it is a polymer hand grip and bottom, so it makes the weapon really light. It feels good in the hand. You'll see that the weapon also has the ambidextrous safety, which is also a decocking mechanism. All right, we have the slide hole here on the side that we're gonna go ahead and push. I'm a lefty shooter, so I like to cut my slot with my left hand. Okay, the magazine release, which is right here. The magazine release is you can switch that magazine from here, release from here to here, which I am going to do because again I'm a lefty shooter and I like to do that. Okay, you'll see that the weapon is really a simple weapon in itself, but it is really sturdy and handy. As we look at the safeties, okay, it is really, again, it's an ambidextrous safety. We can have it on either side, so I can use my thumb over here, or I can use my thumb over here, which is great. Another good feature about this is that the safety also serves as a decocker. So as I look at the weapon and I have the hammer back, what I can also do is just pull the safety down and it decocks. So that's really a great feature in this weapon also, and that's what you typically see in most Beretta 9mm, and that's what I love about the PX4 Storm. Here's the thing that really caught me and really took me by surprise about the handling of the PX4 Storm. In most semi-automatic weapons that you see, when the barrel, when the slide is moving, the barrel is actually doing a kind of a motion like that, kind of a down motion. PX4 Storm, both in the 9mm 40 cal and 45 cal, has a rotating mechanism. That's something that's special with Beretta, I think, and I think it's something that has a good effect on why this weapon fires the way it fires. Now, I have fired a type of PX4 Storm 40 cal, not this weapon. This weapon has not had one round through it, so I'm really anxious to do that, and we'll have another video for that. But if you see the motion of the barrel and I move it, there is a rotating motion in the barrel. That rotating motion, I think, is what accounts for the weapon. Instead of snapping, it accounts for the weapon having kind of a recoil this way, which allows you to fire and get back on target. That, to me, that's a beautiful feature of this weapon. Front and rear sights, as you can see right there, the front and rear sights, they are removable, so you can replace them with night sights if you want, anything like that. And I think, again, that's another great feature that allows you to be able to go and remove the front and rear sights. Talking about the hand guards, there's a pin down here at the bottom, if you can see it. I'm not going to do it right now. We'll get into that a little bit later. But the pin down here allows you to remove, one set of hand guards, the standard hand guards to come with, and put on either the larger hand guard or put on the smaller hand guard, whichever one you want to use. So I will be playing with both of them to kind of get a feel for which is which. So again, this is a great weapon. I think it's going to be talking about maintenance for the weapon also. Breakdown of this weapon is really simple. You see you have two notches. You have a notch there and you have a notch there. So breakdown is simply pull down on both of those notches, and you can just push forward with your thumb or your back of your hand. Let me do it here. Let me make sure I get a good grip on it. Push forward, and everything just slides, nice and smooth off of the weapon. Okay? And when it comes off, you'll see that you have your your block, your spring block and your spring, and those two can be separated. Definitely want to get in and clean your block and spring. And this thing is bone dry, so I will be lubing it up prior to me taking it out. All right, and then also you have your barrel here. Let me get this barrel out for you so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. All right, that barrel has those lands and grooves in it. Those lands and grooves is what causes the barrel to rotate out. So that again, unique in this design in itself, makes this a really great weapon, I think, to be able to fire. Putting it back together is just as simple as you saw me take it apart. Put the barrel back in, spring and the spring block. Just goes back in and make sure you just have the barrel lined up right over it. Literally that simple, and you can upside down however you want to do it. Just take and guide the weapon back in, slide it back in, and the weapon is put back together again. So we're going to go over some features with the add-on that I have in just a second. My son is standing here with me right now, and I know he was kind of anxious to see this weapon, so I'm going to let him take a look at it, and then we're going to come back and come with some other features. So what we're going to look at now, and I just let my son just kind of walk through the gun. I had to show him how to use it. So again, I'm really anxious to put this weapon through the test. I'm going to run probably about 200, 300 rounds of 40 cal, 165 grain and 180 grain through it, just to put it through its paces. Again, I'm going to give it a good cleaning before I do that. But definitely, I'm looking forward to putting the magazines themselves. Speaking of the magazines, also, I'm not going to disassemble the mag here right now, but it's always a good thing to do it, and it's really simple to do. I don't have a tool here, but if you look at the bottom there, you got a little tab. Some of you might be able to do it with your finger, or you just press that tab in, and you should be able to push the little mag cover off. Once you push that off, the spring comes out, and that's it. Clean it. Put the spring back in, make sure it pushes all the way down, push this on it, snaps in, and you're ready to rock and roll. So taking care of your magazines and taking care of your weapon is definitely essential. We're going to definitely talk more about maintenance for the weapon as we get into some firing of the weapon itself. But what I want to bring to your attention now is the little add-on that I got for this thing. This is the NC Star tactical flashlight laser combo for it. I think I probably forgot to mention in my excitement, but the PX4 Storm in every variant comes with a Picatinny weaver rail already pre-installed on the weapon, so you don't have to go out and buy any rails, and that's really great if you plan on putting a rail mount laser or rail mount flashlight on your weapon. I like the rail mounts. Flat, I think a little bit better. It gives the weapon a little bit more meat to it, and looks a little bit more aggressive, and I like that. So NC Star, didn't know too much about them. Did some research on the internet. This is the AQFPSL, AQPFLS variant, which is the flashlight red light combo of the tactical combo. They have a flashlight green light combo that you can purchase if you so choose. I chose a red light for obvious, for different reasons. This retails for about 50, 60 bucks on cheaperthandirt.com, which is where I go to order ammo and parts and stuff. So, and it's a great deal. This thing, I actually received this before I received the gun. This thing actually surprised me when I got it and come in. When it comes in a box, it comes in a little plastic bag with some instructions. Has a little Allen wrench which you want to keep. This is going to be you're going to use to BZO the laser itself, adjust the windage and elevation when you get opportunity. But it comes with two other batteries, and I can't remember the size, but it's these little stubby batteries, shorter, about the diameter of a AA, but definitely shorter than the AA. So whatever you know what that is, but comes with two of those. Really simple to install those batteries. You have a battery catch there. Just flip that up. This whole back section comes off, and you put the batteries in this way. Put the back on, flip the catch down, and voila, you got it. So let's talk about this before I install it on the weapon, and you can see how it looks on the weapon itself. So NC Star, as I found out on the internet as I was doing some research, they're locally based here in Southern California. For me, they come out of the city of Industry, actually. Been around for a few years, and they do a lot of sights, laser targeting sights, flashlights, top mount rail sights, scopes, sniper scopes. They actually do a pretty wide variety of different types of sights and scopes. So what convinced me to buy it is that it's relatively inexpensive, it looks good, and it has a really powerful flashlight. That's the thing I liked about it. So it has a little toggle switch on the back. It goes left, center, and then right, and that's what you control your flashlight and laser, or just flashlight and laser, or just laser. So if you switch it all the way over to the left, what you're going to get is just a laser. And I don't know if you can, I'm going to try to show you guys this laser here. You can see it around the gun, kind of floating around there, around the weapon. There's the laser. Might be kind of bright. Let me kill the light for you real quick, so maybe you'll be able to see it. So if I kill the light a little bit more, you can see it's a pretty powerful laser. I'm checking it out and liking it. So there's the laser right there, if you can see it. I'm kind of dancing around the gun. Yeah. Okay. So if you take that dongle switch and you move that dongle switch to the center, you're going to get laser and flashlight. And you can just see how powerful that flashlight is. You probably can't see the laser in that because it's so bright, but you can see how bright that flashlight is. Okay. And then of course you switch it all the way to the right, you just get the flashlight itself. Again, that flashlight is bright, so I was actually pretty surprised by it. Okay. The little dongle switch that I'm clicking on there, let me turn the light back on for you. So the little switch that I'm clicking right there, is two-way switch. It goes there to keep it on permanently, or you can use your offhand to use it as a strobe it, or just kind of a momentary flash. So it's pretty simple as you got it on the weapon itself. Again, the clamp, it allows you to use it on most rails. I have played with it a little bit, trying to put it on the weapon itself, and it's a little bit tricky. So when you see me put this on, you're going to see me kind of fumble with it a little bit. But once it's on, it seems to be pretty sturdy. Again, haven't put any rounds through it yet, through the weapon with this on it yet, so I'm curious to see how it works, and we'll review it. Your windage and elevation knobs are on the back. You can see you have one here that gives you windage, and you have one here on top that gives you elevation. I may have those reversed, so if you go check it and see it's reversed, don't blast me for it. I can't remember exactly what it is. But so again, installation on the weapon itself is simple. Just push that down, relatively simple. You're gonna see me fumble with it, but just push that down, slide it on until you hear it click, and then that's it. So as I push this in, I got it first time, I slide it in. I'm looking for the click. You didn't hear the click, but I'll let you hear the click. Slide it, slide it, slide it. I'm trying to get the click for you. There it is. You heard the click. So once it clicks, that's meaning that it's locked into the rail. And you can see that it's actually locked in there pretty good. I don't feel any movement. There's a little bit of wiggle in there. I'm curious to see how that what that does and how it handles, but I don't see any way that this is going to come off from recoil. It adds absolutely no weight to the front of the weapon. That surprised me when I first put this in. It adds no weight to the front of the weapon whatsoever. I don't feel a difference in the weapon with this on. Aesthetically, it might not be for you. For me, I like the breech forward aggressive style of the weapon itself with the extended flashlight. I like that. Some of you can get the smaller variant flashlights that kind of that are symmetrical with the weapon if you want, if that's your style. And I actually kind of went back and forth, but I determined that this is the variant that I actually like. I like the way that this looks. I like the the aesthetic nature of it. And again, the dongle switch gives me an opportunity to just use my finger here to push where I need to push. You know, and even on this one, I can use one finger to, you know, to actuate that if I want to, or I can use my offhand as I'm, you know, doing some tactical and whatever I'm doing, you know, and do this. Definitely use my dongle switch to switch to the laser if I want to use the laser to go, you know, stealth and just kind of put it in there. Again, I got a BZO the laser. You can see the laser a little bit there. I'm not going to aim it directly at the camera, but you can see the laser kind of doing this thing there. So yeah, I'm really anxious to put some rounds through this and see how it works. So, excuse me. So in a nutshell, that's the Beretta PX4 Storm 40 caliber handgun with the NC Star laser flashlight combo mounted on it. Again, I'm really excited to get this weapon out and start firing. We're going to see what it does this weekend, and I will definitely create some videos of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care. We'll see you guys on the range. This is Gunny. I'm out.